After completing a small rescue mission on that F-150 trailer behind us, the Kubota is now equipped with our new magnetic sweeper with the aluminum sleeve. So this is the Nix model, which is very similar to our Eiger, but has new UHMW bushings instead of the bearings, and a larger, more high-quality wheel with the new aluminum sleeve. So the Nix is hooked up to our Kubota here on the Kubota snowplow mount using our new bracket. This bracket works just with the Kubota snowplow mount, which allows you to hydraulically lower and raise the magnet using another bracket, which is our bracket D. That allows for nice turnarounds like they did over there, and allows for easier height control without having to get out and adjust anything. So this Nix is hung by the Kubota, or hung from the Kubota, with two chains and the two blue synthetic winch cable actuators on the side. So those are similar to our ISO series that allows you to crank the magnet up and down to change sweeping height. So those actuators on the side and the snowplow mount system are not necessary to use this magnet. This setup is just to use it on the front of a Kubota. So Kubota is pretty common UTV brand, especially on work sites where you're going to need something like this. So that's why we made a bracket that's going to work on a pretty common snowplow setup. So the Nix, of course, has the new aluminum clean-off sleeve on it, which allows for a lot more durability. The PVC ones worked great for cleaning off the magnet, but they didn't stand up very well to being hit many times. So with this, you can drive a little more confidently without having to worry about bottoming out. And then the wheels on either side also prevent the magnet from hitting the ground too often. As you go over changes in terrain, the wheels will hit the ground, preventing the magnet housing from striking whatever you're driving over or dragging too hard. So you see there, he's hitting the ground. And we're not losing any debris because of the whole thing's a magnet, so if any debris strikes the ground as you're driving, it all just gets wiped to the back of the magnet, so you don't lose anything you've collected. So at this landfill, this is the construction site debris clean-off area, and they have a ton of nails out here. We've seen guys get flat tires out here, so this is just a nice way to clean them up. Partially the reason we made this new bracket system, this is our Kubota bracket and then hanging bracket E with the little linear actuators on the sides, is because if you were doing this with your Kubota and you saw all the nails we just pulled off in the clean off video, would you want it behind your Kubota or behind whatever you're putting it on? I think I'd probably want it in front of the tires, because there's a lot of nails you can see or hear getting picked up out here. And to have your tires be the first point of contact before the magnet sounds like a recipe for flat tires. So we have the magnet situated in front of the machine, which is a way more efficient system, both in terms of visibility. You know where the thing is at all times while you're driving. You don't want to smack it into something, because this one sticks out a little further than it should. And then number two, you don't want to have your tires be the first thing that the nails touch. I'd rather the magnet pick them up first. It's got the new wheels on the sides that are a bit taller, and they're a higher quality wheel, so that'll take more impact and support more weight in the event of a touchdown. And you can see as we're going over bumps here, those wheels are touching down, and they're doing their job. That's the whole point of them, is just to make sure your magnet's not dragging on the ground all the time. This was a bigger problem with the plastic sleeved ones, but this wouldn't be good for this one either. It is aluminum, but you don't want to drag it on the ground all the time for every bump you go over. So the wheels are now attached using a UHMW bushing instead of a standard ball bearing, and that's going to give you a lot more durability and impact protection as well. Ball bearings can go bad if they get hit enough times. They're meant for smooth operation, and these wheels hit the ground pretty hard at sometimes. Maybe not on this machine, but if you're hanging it off the back of a tractor or something like that, it might be getting some pretty good impact. So this thing's hung at about, looks like about 4 inches to me, maybe 3 inches. And that's well within our recommended sweeping height. I think that's maybe the top end of it. But this magnet, we tested it this morning, will pick up a nail from 8 1/4 inches through that big aluminum sleeve. So it's got plenty of power to work in that range. And this Kubota doesn't go very quickly. So at this speed, we should be able to collect any debris that's in front of us, as long as it's not, you know, a manhole cover or something. So this Kubota has the hydraulic height adjustment on it. That just comes with it being mounted on a snowplow fixture. But this bracket, hanging bracket E, also allows for some easy height adjustment, as it has the linear actuators on the side. So the way those work is you just get an impact gun or a drill with the right size socket on it, and that'll let you raise and lower the magnet just using that synthetic winch cable that it's hooked to. So swinging by here, that's the scrap metal bin right behind the Kubota at the moment. So we're just trying to pick up all the nails around here so the customers don't get any flat tires. And you see the magnet just hit the ground a couple times there, it's swinging, but that aluminum sleeve can take it. So as he goes through this rough terrain here, you're going to see likely the wheels are going to touch the ground for sure, but that magnet housing might touch the ground also if he crosses over into anything too deep, like this water. You see the magnets tipping back, and you hear all the nails coming out of that water. That's an unpleasant surprise at the bottom of the puddle. But because that housing is aluminum, you don't have to worry a lot less about hitting it off anything. It can take the hit, and it's not going to just break on you. And I don't think we have any flat tires in the Kubota yet, so it looks like the magnet's doing its job. So this is how to clean off the new Nix magnetic sweeper with the aluminum sleeve. This model has the new upgraded wheels, which are 10 inches with the UHMW bushings instead of the ball bearings, which gives you a lot more strength. And to clean it off, all you have to do is pull this little linch pin out, and there's a spacer. Pull the wheel out, and then there's a big handle here and a little latch. So this latch prevents the magnet from going side to side. I'm betting there's one on the other side. And then there's a nice handle for you to grab. So we got this shingle set up here just to catch all the debris so you can see it as it comes off. We've been here for 5 minutes, so we'll see how much is actually in this dump. So the handle comes out, allows you to stand up. You don't have to crouch down and pull the thing. And then the ribs on the magnet will actually make sure it all sweeps off into a nice pile rather than just stay on the magnet. So we just laid down this little shingle here to collect all the debris we picked up so far. And that's from about 2 laps around this area. And the easiest way to clean it up from there is just get a Power Stick Pro Elite and put it in a bucket. Yeah, there you go, 2 minutes. Okay, so to replace the clean off sleeve is just the reverse process. You gotta make sure there's no debris left on the bottom here. Sometimes there can be a little bit left over just on the edge of the magnet that flips off when you're doing the last little pull. And then from there, this thing has nice bushings in the corners of it to prevent friction or excess friction, because we've had complaints of guys with the plastic sleeves getting so much metal accumulated on them that they couldn't pull the sleeve off because of the friction between the metal pulling the plastic into the magnet. So that created friction and they couldn't pull it off, which is a testament to how much magnetic power you got. So that's why this partially reason we came out with the aluminum sleeve. This thing's not going to flex when you have the metal pulling on it, but it still allows magnetism through to collect your debris. So just slide it back on there. You got the nice bushings in the corners to make it nice and smooth. And then, like I said before, there's latches. There's one on the other side. And then you replace your wheel in the same order as you took it off, which is wheel with the pointy side towards the magnet, spacer, and there's a little hole on the spacer. Put your cotter pin in, and you're good to go.